Welcome back, guys. Thanks for joining me for another beer review. And in this one we are looking at one that was sent to me. It's from my good mate Chris at Chris's Beer Reviews. The man is a legend. Thank you very much, pal. And this just come about because I asked him if he'd do a glass swap. He sent the glass out and then he sent some beers with it, and the nasty little bugger sent some Carolina Reaper chili out, dried Carolina Reaper. So I've now got to do that, but not sure when this one will be up. It's the 9th of December at the moment that I'm recording this, but obviously I've got my advent calendar to do, so this is going to come up probably sometime between Christmas and New Year. So it's the only one that survived out of what he got us, and this is probably going to be fun to open, but we'll just have to go with it. And it's from a brewery. Check his channel out, by the way, Chris's Beer Reviews. Top man, good reviewer as well. And this is one from his local area. This is going to be fun to try and open this. And it's from Mad Squirrel. And this is a can of their Awaken Hopfenweisse. Now, this is a hoppy Weizen beer. So you've got the Weizen side of it. And apparently I've done a little bit of reading up. It's going to be more hoppy, obviously. But it's a bit like a Weizenbock, apparently. This is coming in at 5.5%. I love the artwork on it, and it's 440ml can. Now, I don't know how much it was. Chris, if you want to comment, feel free to. If you don't, it doesn't matter. You know, I'm not interested in that side of things, but if you do want to, feel free. So I'm going to give it a go. There is no chance these eyes are going to be reading that. So there we go. Put it there. I think the camera's focused. If you want to pause it, try and read it, zoom in and do whatever you do, go for it. But I'm not. So because we are looking at a Hopfenweisse, I'm going to whack it in a Weizen beer, and I'm whacking it in the old Weihenstephaner or Weihenstephaner, however you say it. My wife got me 2 of them the other year for Christmas. She said they was rather expensive, and I'm going to pull them out for that. I actually need to do a few more of their beers, to be honest, to get some more use out of them. So we are going to have a go at opening this. As you can see, there's a massive dent there. So we'll have a go at opening it. God knows how it's going to work out, but we'll see what happens, won't we? It's nice and chilled. Been in the fridge since it's. I can't even get the flipping cap up. I don't have nails. I don't have fingernails, me. So I've got to get it up. Just get my finger underneath. We'll see what. That went absolutely terrible. Basically the back end come up, but the front end didn't, so we're gonna have to do a little bit of. You're seeing all this live. There's no editing, not on Baz's channel. We don't get editing on Baz. Oh my god, what's going on here? Are we gonna get it out? We are gonna get it out. We're doing something to that bloody ring pull. There we go, something's popped. I don't want to slice my finger, and I don't want it going in the beer. So there we go. Oh my god, look at the fucking state of this. Oh my god. I'm just going to go with that, right? Look at that. We got that there. And the actual ring pull is somewhere on the floor, so we're just going to have to go with that. I may get a bit of a tin as well in me beer. But let's get it poured, see what we get. Hopfenweisse. We've got a nice little funnel thing on the front. Nice and lively by the looks. Can you actually see much? There's me watching the beer, I'm not actually watching the screen. Oh, this is looking like a pretty decent pour, to be fair. I think I've just about rescued it. We'll leave it there so I can give it a bit of a swirl. Bear with me. I've got to find, oh fucking hell, where's that gone? Under there, there we go. You don't get this with the BBC, you know. Proper edited theirs are, not me. Right, Hopfenweisse, look at that. It does look really interesting, that. It's nice and hazy. It's looking like a Weizen. On the camera it looks a little bit darker, so it looks a bit more Weizen than it does here. It's got a little bit of an IPA look about it, my side, but there is that darkness. We got a big 3-finger, quite spacious head. By the time I do that, that will probably come. No, it didn't do any good at all, did it? It just made the head bigger. It didn't. I was hoping it was going to compact it all, but it didn't. But it does look like a Weizen. It looks decent. It's very hazy, and I can't see any carbonation going up. So I'm going to stop talking. We're going to dive in with the nose, hopefully. I'll give it another spin, and we'll see what we get. apart from a big head on my nose. Not getting a lot. It's hard to get through that head. There's that Weizen coriander herbal thing going on for me, and that's all I'm getting. I swear the first time I had a bit of a sniff where my nose was literally in it, there was that banana thing. But not more of a hoppy note. It's a hoppy note. The herbaceous side, the herbal thing going on. More of a hoppy note, maybe lemon, if you like. So maybe this is going along the lines of maybe that sort of Belgian style sort of wheat beer or wit beer rather than Weizen so much. But I'm going to stop sniffing. It smells decent. It does smell decent, to be fair. We'll get it topped up. There's a massive head. There's still a little bit left in that can. There probably is 440. Well, it looks like it's 440 ml of beer in this glass. But clearly there isn't because there's some left in there. But the beer looks good. So a big thank you to Chris from Chris's Beer Reviews. Go and check him out. Go and watch him. Let's dive in on Mad Squirrel's Awaken Hopfenweisse. 5.5% ABV. Cheers. I had one of these a long time ago from Dean's Beer Reviews. He sent me. It didn't sit with me because it felt too much IPA. It was very much probably bang in the middle, if you like. So it separated the styles. First impression on this is I think it works, but I'm going to have to dive in some more. I think it works. I think the balance is there maybe for me. Personal taste, of course. So we'll give it another swirl. We'll dive in and we'll start doing the usual shit. All right, body, 5.5%. I think that's got a decent body to it for 5.5%. I said initially I'm getting that feel where I think this is more sort of works better, but I am starting to pick up a little bit more of other flavors, and I'm not quite sure yet. That said, but yeah, decent body on it, 5.5. Nice and weighty actually for 5.5. Carbonation, small bubbles, busy, but doesn't ruin the mouthfeel. It doesn't tear the palate apart, and I'm liking that along with the body. It does go down easy, and I like that as well. So far, most things are quite good, or nearly all of it's good. Ew, look at that. But for me, I am picking that IPA thing up, that hoppy feel, if you like. But that is what this beer is. So I've got to be fair to the style. If that's what they're doing, that's what they're doing. Bit of gas coming up any minute now. Bear with me. Pardon me. Yeah, and for me, what I'm going to say is what this style is supposed to be. I mean, it said Weizenbock. Are they really like this? I don't know. But for me, what it says on the can, Hopfenweisse, so a hoppy wheat beer if you like, or a hoppy presence. This is hitting that exactly. It's hoppy on the front. It's got an IPA feel on the front for me. Tropical notes, pineapple, that sort of thing going on. Yeah, passion fruit, very much hop forward. And then behind that, it's all IPA at the front. Behind that, the wheatiness is coming in. The wheatiness is there at the start when you first start drinking it, and you do get the hops, but the hops and the tropical notes sort of take over. The fruitiness takes over. Pardon me. As that fades, it leaves you with that wheatiness. It leaves you with that herbal note. Excuse me. But I just think the two styles, me personally, clash a little bit in the middle. There's almost like a fruity note, a bitter note, but from the two styles they meet, and it's like that little clash in the middle doesn't sit well with me personally. Others might like it, but I think for the style of the beer, they've nailed it on the head. There's an awful lot of good points about this beer, and I think they've nailed what they wanted to do. But for me, it doesn't necessarily suit what I like, but they've done a great job of it. I think the 5.5% is there. I think the body's decent. It's bold on flavour. But I think it's just certain flavours mixing that don't suit me. Now, that, you know, flavours are subjective. They're the same for everyone. But for me, doesn't quite work. But that's my own thing. I think they've whacked this beer to perfection, really, for what they're calling it. So yeah, for the style of the beer and what they want to do, I've got to give it a big thumbs up. Is it to my personal taste? It nearly is. It's about as good as it's going to get, I think, with me for what I want from it. If you like a Hopfenweisse, I think that's banging. That's a really good one. I think they've got it spot on, but again, it's going to come down to personal taste. So a big thank you to Chris for sending me this out. 13 minutes in. Fucking hell, Baz, you talk a lot. Big thank you to Chris for sending me this out. Anyone else out there that has had this, let me know your thoughts on it. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you again soon on another one. Cheers.